Welcome, fans, once again to KB's Unemployed show, the only show on the internet where you can sit at your job and watch a guy who doesn't have one anymore. What will KB do today? Change guitar strings, perhaps? Grade papers? Worry about his future? Who knows? The only thing we know is it's guaranteed to make you question your intelligence, simply because you're watching it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the unemployed lifestyle of KB.
The pods are now open.
Look at my cat. Look at my cat. Look.
I like to say about the world cities and airports.
KB brings just great instincts. That's what you love about him.
That boy ain't right.
If Andy yearns for Brenda and Brenda cares about Charlene, who pines for Andy, the three of them form one of these. Kara.
What is it, threesome?
No.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Lesbians. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
I don't mind a bit of bush.
37 in a row? Shut the f*** up, okay? Shut the f*** up.
Do you want to start drinking?
Yes.
You know I'm gonna have to go for 420, Bob.
Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its!
Light this candle.
He's right. Let's light this candle.
Light the candle.
I'm ready for it.
And that candle is lit, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to KB's Unemployed show. I have now been unemployed for a total of 44 days. And I still have, there are still no signs of any possibility for me to become gainfully employed. So we're going to keep on doing this. And actually, I'm having quite a bit of fun. Hope you are too. Big show. Big show today. We've got a new feature on the show. Can Kenneth kill it? Well, the answer I can tell you right now is going to be yes. Kenneth can definitely kill it. It's a question of how fast can Kenneth kill it. Where I I guess we would call it, he's going to commit plush-icide, where I have a plushie that I will give him. I'm just starting small now. Those things can get expensive, but I'm going to start small, and you can see just how fast that he can absolutely shred that bad boy. Then also going to be running down my list. We've got a great what color's the sky on your planet, and be running down my list of top 5 day drinking cocktails. Why? Because it's going to be incredibly cold over the next few days. And what is probably going to happen is, I know there's going to be a lot of schools that'll be probably closed on Friday with the unbelievable low wind chills. At which point, back in the day when I was employed, I couldn't do this. When I was in college, I did it all the time. If you didn't have school, you went day drinking. But being employed, I wasn't able to. But now, since I'm unemployed, I might be able to do some day drinking on Friday. So I'm going to run down the list of the best day drinking cocktails for you, designed to drink for longevity, not necessarily effect, if you will. But it is a great day to get started. Just would like to point out, and this is perfect for me as an unemployed individual. Just want you to know that it is International Sweatpants Day. International Sweatpants Day, which is, it's been my official uniform for 43 days now. International Sweatpants Day is just a celebration of all things sweatpants. Me, I go back and forth between 3. I have the fleece sweatpants, I have the flannel sleep pants, and then I have like joggers. But the thing is once you commit to the sweatpant, you have to be very, very careful about your diet, because with a regular pant and a waist size, right? Okay, when you're getting bigger. When you've got the sweatpant, there's really no chance. There's no possibility for you to decide whether or not you are getting larger, right? Because it expands with you. So you may think you're looking great, but you're spending all your time in sweatpants. And the next thing you know, you're 25 pounds up. Now, I lost 40 last year, and I probably gained about 10 back, but I'm going to get on that in a little, to try. And I've cut back on some of the things where I kind of let myself go. Big thing that I did is I stopped with the mumbler. I am not drinking the brown mumbler. Now I'm just going bourbon with a big, rock. And so it's a couple of things happen when you drink the mumbler. Adding the sweet vermouth makes it more, it makes it easier to drink. Right. So you can, at least I can hammer a couple of Manhattans pretty easy. But when you go straight bourbon and just a rock, it's a sipping thing. So it lasts a little bit longer. So you cut down there. The sweet vermouth also adds an awful lot of calories. I made the switch to vodka. I went back to vodka when I have a cocktail because caloric intake of a vodka diet cranberry for me is the equivalent. I can have 3 of those before I have one mumbler in terms of the breakdown of the cocktail caloric intake, if you will. But it is International Sweatpants Day, and just want to give you some background, some fun facts about the sweatpants in case you didn't know. They were invented in the 1920s by a man named Émile Camusset, and he is the founder of the French sportswear brand Les Coqs Sportifs, I guess. And he created the simple gray pants to give athletes the freedom to stretch and run without restrictive clothing. When they were originally introduced, they were named sweatpants with a hyphen. Because I think it was pretty easy to realize why they were called sweatpants. They were meant to absorb sweat during workouts and keep athletes warm before or after training. The first ones look basic, just like the gray ones. But then as they, expanded and as fashion changed, of course, it developed into the sweatpant that we see now. In 1964, it was Adidas who popularized the full tracksuit by pairing the sweatpants with a zip up. Okay. And now it was a coordinated athletic fashion statement. And then I think, of course, probably one of the most iconic moments in movies and film with these sweatpants would be in Rocky in 1976 when Sylvester Stallone, when Rocky Balboa was rocking the gray top and bottom. And while they were originally, meant for exercise, now they're meant for relaxation and zero effort. And, I just love the fact that people are like, oh, no, I'm not wearing sweatpants. I go to teach and I wear sweatpants. Okay. They're just different material. You call them joggers, all of a sudden they're not sweatpants, but they're sweatpants. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. A sweatpant is a sweatpant. And so International Sweatpants Day, I hope that you I hope that you enjoy the sweatpant and revel in that. Ben says hard to beat the Iron Jack Performance training pants or the joggers. Absolutely. Step up my game and get a pair or 2 of joggers. I do. That's all I wear now, James, is joggers. I do have some regular pants, but it's very rare that I do wear the pants. So I've got the Kenneth kill cam as well. And, I'd like to ask that quite possibly after this is over, I'll break out the segment, can Kenneth kill it? And I'll put it up on YouTube. It'll be up there later this evening. And I'd like to ask you if you want to share that with people, because it's not very often that people get to watch a pit bull shred a stuffy live on the air. But I do want to talk about a couple things. We got Kenneth as a rescue. Okay. And a little backstory on this guy. When we were in the thank Kevin. When I went to after our other dog Jack died, I went to the Humane Society, and I found this dog. It's the same way that I got Jack. When you walk around, they always say the dog picks you, right? So I was walking around, and Kenneth was in his little cage or his little glass house or whatever the heck. And as I walked by him, he kept following me everywhere. You know, he had a bigger room than the other ones, and he could go back and forth, and he would follow me around the corner. Yeah, he had a corner. He had a corner house. And so I went, you know, this might be the guy. And what we did was the next day I took Miss Sue down there, and I said, here's the guy that I want to get. And his name was Kenai, Kenai. And I don't even know what the hell Kenai means, right? And so we went down to pick him out, and I showed him, and Sue was like, oh my God, he's adorable. And he was very, very good looking. He was quite adorable, as a matter of fact. And so we talked to the I guess you could say, the dog concierge. And they said, hey, do you want to play with him? And they took us in this room, and they let him out, and boom, a beeline right to Sue. Went right to Sue. And what he and was just up on her and kissing and licking and everything like that. And she was like, okay. She brings him home, right? And I remember the day that she brought him home, because I had to turn around and go to Green Bay that night, because we were up at the 60-yard lighthouse with the station. And that was when the 49ers took the Packers apart on that. And was an NFC championship game? Might've been. I just remember it was cold. So she was left at home with this brand new big dog. He's an 80-pounder, right? And everything was fine until she sent a picture to her brother of our new dog. And he responded in all capital letters, you got a pit bull? She goes, no, I didn't get a pit bull. He's just a big dog. And he's like, that's a freaking pit bull. And from that point on, for about a year and a half, she was just horrified. She was completely scared of him, which is stupid, I will say right now, because it's always they get a bad rap, okay? You know, and I will be the first to admit that I was afraid of them. But having one now, not so much anymore. But you do have to be careful with them. And it's not because I'm worried necessarily about him doing anything. It's more so I'm worried about the way that other people perceive him. And it's really kind of unfortunate because, and while it is, and I don't want this to be misconstrued because it is certainly not of the magnitude that other people who are marginalized in society, how they feel discriminated against. However, I will tell you this much. If you're out walking a pit bull and people see you, it doesn't even matter what the temperament of your dog is. They will cross to the other side of the street. They will avoid you. And just to give you some knowledge about the pit bull, here's the thing, is that they're really, really friendly. And the fact that when he would meet somebody, and this is what caused a lot of the problem, if I take him on a walk, and he wants to meet somebody, here, this is the thing that drives me absolutely crazy. The dog whimpers constantly. It's like, so if he sees someone on the other side of the street walking the other way, he'll pull and he wants to go meet him. And they immediately think that he's trying to come and run and attack. And it's like, no, and I will hold them back, at which point he growls and he gets angry. And I have to explain to the person on the other side of the street, he's mad at me because I'm not letting him run over there. He's not a bad dog. So I have to go through all of that rigmarole. They like to jump. And we've worked on that. So when they go up to meet someone, they will immediately jump up, and you got 80 pounds that's flying at you, and you see that pit bull face, and immediately you go, oh my God, I'm getting attacked. And you're not, okay, by any stretch of the imagination. They're incredibly intelligent. But also incredibly dumb, I think, as most dogs are, but they're really, really intelligent. He figures out stuff very, very quickly. He is a Velcro dog in the sense that, I mean, to this day, we've had him for 3 years. To this day, no matter where I go in the house, he will come and sit by me. And if I get up and let's say I'm going to go upstairs or I'm going to go into another room, he gets up and he follows me. Doesn't leave my side at all. And they're also, one of the things is that they have very powerful jaws, and ergo can be extremely destructive. Now, he hasn't chewed through anything in our home, but they've been known to chew through drywall. But he crushes toys. Are you using the Wi-Fi router from my provider? No, is it not working well? It doesn't seem to be going okay? Well, let me just do this. I can close a couple of things, but I don't know why. Let me know if it's doing well at all. But it seems to be doing well on my part. I can't see anything. And I do have the Kenneth cam set up over here, and that seems to be working fine. But nonetheless, they can be very destructive. And I'll just give you an example of how destructive they can be before we call Kenneth in here. These are some of, I just went down and took these out of his toy basket. Right. And those are his plushies right there. They don't last. They don't last at all. I mean, 5 minutes max. And it's actually to the point where I've said to Sue, I think that in order to get him a toy, the only thing we can possibly get him now are just rocks, because he's just going to absolutely kill anything else. And she goes, well, no, you can just get Kong toys. And if anyone knows anyone at Kong, these next two slides here that I'm going to show you, pass them along to the Kong people, will you? Because with the exception of the galvanized rubber Kongs, which would be like the ball, and that's like a hockey puck or a lacrosse ball. Anything else we've ever had by Kong, he is absolutely shredded and absolutely trashed. You want to get him things for mental stimulation. So right here, I went and got him. This was fantastic. I got him this little Kong with the ball inside, and it's like a treat dispenser. And the treats are in there, and they push it around with their nose, and then the treats fall out, and they get the treats, and it keeps them occupied. So this is the indestructible Kong toy to get treats out. And I just took a picture of it this morning. So not indestructible. In fact, it's very destructible. So what we'll do is I'm going to put... what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Kenneth cam on right now. And let's see, there is the Kenneth cam. And we're going to see if we can't get him to come in here. And we'll take a little bit of a look at that. We'll put the old, there we go. There's the old Kenneth cam logo up there. And let's go to this, and here we go. And the other thing coming up in a few minutes that I want to mention is I'm going to have another co-host. This will be the second co-host that I've had coming from you smart and good-looking listeners or / viewers. Now, Brent from Franklin is going to join us and co-host for a little bit. Marlo says, my sister-in-law's pity Ace used rocks as his toys. Yeah, that's basically it. You probably have to use rocks as toys. So what we'll do is I'm going to use my clicker and a treat, and we will call Kenneth in here. You can see his butt right there on the Kenneth cam. And here he comes, and he's gonna. I gave him his treats. Now, what will we be giving Kenneth today? I found this. I found this thing right here. Being the classic rock fan that I am, it is a Pink Floyd pig. It's rather small, actually, as you can see, compared to my hand. Well, compared to my hand, it's not all that large. Okay, and we're going to give that to Kenneth. Now, let me just grab the old Kenneth cam here. I've also there we go. It's don't worry, it's not the Zapruder film, really per se. It's just the Kenneth cam, and there he is, looking at you right now. And we're going to go to full screen Kenneth, if we can. And there he is with the Kenneth cam. And I took a piece of ham and I rubbed it all over this to get him to play with it. And here we go. Let's see what we got. Okay. Hey, hey, Kenneth, don't go there. Come here. No, you just stay right here. See, now he's going to go wherever he wants. And I'm going to do the Kenneth cam. Where are you going, bud? Hey, no. Come here. All right. Come here, Kenneth. This is not working out the way that I wanted it to work out. Okay? Come on. Kenneth, come on. Come on. Don't go running away from me. Get in the room. There, you got to shred this thing. And you're going to sit with it, aren't you? My first episode of Can Kenneth Kill It is going to be incredibly disappointing. It is going to be disappointing. Is he going to start to kill it? No, he is not. Well, this is wait. We might have some action here. He is starting to chew. Found the squeaker. That's usually what will precipitate the killing. But it appears as if he is not going to do any killing right now. Wouldn't you know it? The one time that I try and do Kenneth's Kenneth's kill cam, he does not kill anything. It's that perfect luck for me. It's just absolutely perfect luck for me that he does not kill it. So let's see if we can he could be starting right now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to set this up and we're going to move on with the rest of the show, but I'm going to kind of try and prop this bad boy up here so we can keep an eye. We'll go split screen and you guys can keep an eye on Kenneth should he start to kill the stuffy. I thought this was going to be dramatic TV, and it's not even remotely dramatic. Way to let your dad down. Cancel your plans. This is must-see TV. Shut up, Ben. Okay? Just shut up. Wouldn't you know it? Damn it, Kenneth. Anyway, well, we're going to leave the Kenneth cam on for right now. See, we'll go side by side here, and we'll keep it. He should be starting shortly. But once he decides he's going to go, it's going to be all over. So we'll keep the Kenneth cam on. But right now, let's welcome to the stage a friend of ours going all the way back to the 97.3 The Game Days when and a multi-time Sunderland bowler said he wanted to host. There is Brent and Franklin. How you doing, Brent?
I'm doing great. It's great that I get to hang out with you for a little while.
Is this like the most exciting thing you've ever done?
It's up there. Let me tell you, it hangs with a lot of the good things that have gone on in my life for sure.
Okay, so what's going on today, Brent? You're not working.
Well, I was working, and I made time for you. More important things.
You took off time to come and do this.
I didn't take time off. I just made time for you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
I can make my own hours. It's not a big deal doing
that.
So, yeah.
So you work at home?
I am today and Friday. So I got a hybrid schedule. So I work 2 days at home and 3 days at the office. So
I think, as you know, I work at home too.
Yeah, I see that.
I have been now for 43 days. Kenneth, did we make it there? Am I seeing some fluff? There we go. We're starting to see some fluff.
That
He's
looks
not going on.
looks.
That thing will be done by the end of the show.
Well, yeah, he's got to get that squeaker. I got a dog
There we
that
go.
does
He's
that a
got
lot
the
too.
squeaker, and here come the intestines. I'm a little bit disappointed that it wasn't as violent of a kill as it usually is for him. But anyway, Brent, what do you do for a living? Why don't we just go down that road? And if any of you have any questions for Brent and Franklin, just hit us up on the YouTube channel there, and he'll answer. I think the last time I saw you was Sunburn Bowl before they kicked us off the travel roster.
It might have been at one of your remotes too. I know I stopped in at a few of them here and there and everywhere, but it's probably, I don't even remember. But I do for work. I'm an automation and controls engineer. I program machines, and so if somebody wants to go up to something and push a button, I do all the programming and stuff behind it to make it happen.
So then let me ask you this. Okay, because now we can get into like a real discussion about like things in the real world. So you program, the buttons that have to be pushed.
Yep.
There we go. He's got the squeaker out. You program the buttons that have to be pushed on automated machinery. Are you worried about AI? Because I should tell him.
I'm worried about it, but not for those reasons. I mean, AI is limited to what you tell it to do to a degree. When they program stuff, they have to give it enough information to do certain things. And we are getting, they were talking about a roadmap for AI at our company already recently, and there are things that are going to be, for lack of a better word, driven by AI. But what we do, there's still a safe amount of safety factors involved with some of the stuff that we do, and we use what's called a safety PLC, that if something catastrophic happens, we make the system stop. So I don't know that AI can do a lot of that stuff, and you still have to have somebody that knows enough to determine those things. But I, at least at this point, I'm not worried about it. By the time I have to be worried about it, hopefully I'll be retired and, sitting on a golf course in a tropical climate.
There you go. So I don't recommend necessarily early retirement, but right now it's working out for me. That's all I can say.
If it was warmer, you'd probably be doing the show from a golf course.
Yeah. You can do this from anywhere. You can do it from my phone. I could be driving anywhere and I could do this. But AI is really, it's really kind of interesting in the sense that I am using it quite a bit now. I would use it to quickly peruse the internet and that's how, this is how they always say, this is how old people use it. Well, I'm old people, right? But I use it as a Google on steroids, right? Being someone who came from a creative background myself in advertising, you take a lot of pride in trying to be as unique as you can, right? And now there aren't any really new ideas out there. And if you have two creative people thinking of stuff, the chances are they're going to think of the same thing. That doesn't mean that you stole it. But when it comes to like doing a show, I would do like, and this will go show you the emergence of AI. When I used to do, when we started doing, Drew and I doing the show, and I would do What Is These Animals, or I would do any of those stupid games that I would do, right? I would have to probably spend an hour trying to think of an animal and then trying to think of 4 facts or 5 facts to use for the animal. Okay. Within the last 6 months that we were doing the show and we were playing any of those, I would just sit there. Snow is coming out of the stuffy. Yep. And we can see that. I would just sit there and go, okay, well, we're going to do a game, bang. And I would put in, generate a list of 5 weird diseases, and they would come up. Give me 4 fun facts about this disease. Well, not that diseases have fun facts, but I would get the facts and I would crank that out. It would used to take me an hour and a half. I would get the information then in about 5 minutes and be good to go. I mean, that's how sometimes when it was later, Drew would blindside me, go, "Hey, let's play a game. What game do you got?" And I'm like, "I don't have any games, but I could go to AI and have a game when we went to a commercial break and have it done." So, and I use it now quite a bit, not necessarily for prepping for the show, but what I will use it for is writing all the stuff for thumbnails and things like that, that you have to put on the YouTube thing to get people to recognize you and SEO and all that crap. I don't have to learn that. I don't have to sit down and type all that stuff. I can just go write a description for this. There it is. So that's how AI works in my world. And then for students, I make them use it. But I say, okay, you're going to go out and you're going to have to use AI to do this. And then I will point out to them how you use it to enhance your original idea, not give you the original idea. Right. And that's where I see it as being a great tool. Is that you have to have the idea first.
Right. I would agree.
And then you can make it look a lot better, if you will. So Sue just texted me. She's at the gym. She's going to go to the store. Does anyone need anything? I told her I went to Costco this morning and I loaded up in the liquor section because it's going to be like 40 freaking below wind chill. What the hell?
Yeah. And my dogs won't go to the bathroom unless they're on a leash, so I'll be outside in some of that.
Really?
Yeah,
we use a tie out for him, but when it gets that cold, he's about 4 feet out, just spins, and no, I'll hold it. I don't care. There we go. Now we're getting some good. There we go.
You are.
There we go. We're getting some good action now. All right.
But yeah, my dogs. I put boots on them and everything. They don't. They won't do it without.
Oh, he's looking back. There he is. Kenneth, you got the stuffy going? He's just about gutted right now. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit disappointed in this because generally he is much more violent in his destruction. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting. James needs oranges. I will let her know. I don't know if it's good orange season yet, but so yeah, Brent, you said you want to be golfing in your retirement in a tropical climate. How much do you golf now?
Not as much as I used to, and not as much as I'd like. I'd like to play every day if I could, but
you can. You would be forsaking other responsibilities.
Yeah, and I just bought a new driver and a new 3-wood, so I got to go out and use those.
What did you get?
I went back a little bit. I got a Taylor QI10 and a 3-wood and driver.
Okay. I never buy. I think the last time I bought a brand new driver might have been about 8 years ago. And that wasn't even a new one. I bought a demo because I liked the way that it felt, and I liked the shaft in it. And it was a G400 Ping, and but I never buy new equipment because it's like a car. You buy it brand new, and as soon as you drive it off the lot, it depreciates. And like TaylorMade is one of those. A lot of them, TaylorMade's more of they do good equipment, but they're more of like a marketing company. They got some gadget coming out all the time. They had sliders on the bottom and everything. And so they're always trying to get you to turn the stuff over. And what I would always do when I was younger and I didn't have any money, I would go, I played the club that I played at in the spring of the year. Here came everyone back, end of March, April, they're out on the driving range and they're just sitting there. Oh, I got this great new driver. Look at this. I'm just crushing it. This is excellent. These guys, and I was probably in my late 20s. They were probably in their 40s or their 50s. And I would just watch them And I would just kind of sit back and go, all right, so let me try hitting that. And I would hit all their new drivers too. And I would figure out which one I would like. Then I'd camp out and I would keep my eye on the guy, the driver that I liked, because invariably within a month, he was going to hit it everywhere again. Right? It was going to go, it was not going to fix things, you know? So, and then I would buy it off of him for pennies on the dollar. And I go, well, I'll take it. You can't hit it. I got to go back to my old one. You know what? You want to get rid of it? Yeah. What do you want? I'll give you $150 for it. It's like $400 driver. Bang. It snapped that baby up. Right. And, you know, I didn't have the heart to tell him. It's like, if you had kept your old driver and put that $500 into lessons, you might be able to hit the old driver, you know, and you wouldn't have had to go out and buy the new one. And the only thing I bought new recently was I bought a new putter. I bought a new Odyssey putter. And it was only because I had Pro Shop credit. And this is hard to believe. People can't believe this. I've only owned 5 putters in my life. And I've been playing for 50 years. And I mean, I know guys who have basements full of putters, right? But I've only had 5. Once I get something, I never stop using it. And there we go. Now we're getting some good. Oh, there's some good ripping going on. Hold on a second, Brent. We got to go. Okay. We have to go live to the Kenneth cam right now. We have to go to the Kenneth cam. See, now he heard me, but we had some good ripping going on. It looks, there we go. We're getting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now he's got almost.
Get after it, Kenneth.
Yeah. He's got almost all of the stuffing out. Now the squeaker is long since gone. He'll get that thing down to, it'll just be a flat rag by the end of the show. So he's cooking right now.
It's funny you say that about putters, because I've only had a handful of putters in the amount of time I've been playing too. And I basically stopped my search when I won an Odyssey, a white hot one time in an event I was in. And that's been the best putter I've ever owned.
Yeah. They're getting pretty expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I think my son can't putt to save his life. I mean, he's got the hands of a serial rapist, man. It's unbelievable. He's got the touch. He's got no touch around the greens, right? And then he's like, he went out and got a Scotty camera, and I'm like, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. You might as well putt with a hockey stick.
I used to putt like that too, though, in a league I was in, and then I took a demo out with me one time, and I didn't make a lot of putts, but everybody in my group said, if you don't buy that putter, you're a moron. That's how bad I was.
It does make a difference. I'm not gonna lie. It does make it, the feel of it makes a difference, but you still got to be able to do things.
Right.
You still have to get a good stroke and everything like that. People are crazy. And you remember Gitter, right? Gitter was on the morning show with Zabe, and Gitter was down at Sunburn Bowl a couple of times. And right now he's working at Champion Golf out at Mequon, and he fits people for clubs. And this is what I
stopped to see him.
Yeah, you should. And he fits people for clubs. And the interesting thing, and I had no idea, and I mean, I was around the world of golf. I had no idea that they fit you for a putter shaft now. That they will fit you, and you can reshaft your putter that has a flex and everything. And it's like, you're not even moving the putter that fast that it's got to flex or do anything. But yeah, they got putters. They got putter shafts with kick points and everything like that. And it's like, okay.
I saw him fitting a guy with a putter one time. They put this little camera down on the putting.
Oh, yeah.
And they hit so many putts, and then they analyze the data, and that's how they get the putter that he should be using.
Yeah, it should be the one that you make putts with. You do it the old-fashioned way. You grab it out of the bag in the pro shop. You get 3 balls. You go putt around in the practice green. You go, I like this one. That's the way I
agree.
But you also said, okay, I want to retire, and I want to golf in a tropical climate. What is your ideal tropical climate?
Well, I've been to the Dominican Republic a couple of times in the last few years, and I loved it there. To me, that's almost one of the perfect places to be, other than an occasional hurricane that blows through. But I really like the weather down there a lot.
You know what? That was the last Sunburn Bowl you were on, I think, was in the Dominican.
I was in that one, and then we went the following year as well. Just my wife and I.
Okay. So yeah, because that was the one where was that at Margaritaville?
Yes, and there was a lot of people, I guess, that had a bad time, but somehow I got upgraded to a villa, and so I was wandering around the pool, and Zabe and Coon and Red Hot were all outside of Zabe's villa, and they were having some show thing. I said hi to him, didn't bother him because I looked like it was being serious, but Coon wanted some Long Island's. He was talking about the bar that was close to where my villa was, so I walked and got him a couple, brought him back, and I left him. But yeah, I was kind of close talking about that. So
yeah, villa. Yeah, Zabe had a villa. Go figure. Drew and I were never upgraded to villa, but Drew and I, and then there was a couple times we took. I know when we went to Playa, when we went to the Mayan Riviera, Johnny Vegas came with us.
Oh yeah.
And immediately, as soon as our show was done, we were off campus. And Puerto Vallarta was like that too. We found the best bar in Puerto Vallarta when we were there. It was down on the beach. And the only way I could describe it, it was wide open. It was down on the beach. And you remember, like, you get those old coolers that had the big, the big metal lids that would kind of pull up and they slide back in. You know the kind that I'm talking about, right?
For sure.
And then if you've ever been to a bar at a church festival where they have the bar set up, that type of a wood bar, and it's got the molding around it. Okay. This entire bar, that's what it was. And it was probably 10 feet deep by maybe about 15 to 20 feet length by about 10 feet width. And it was right on the beach. And that's what we did. We blew out, we got a cab, we went down to Puerto Vallarta, and we sat on the beach, and it was $1 Dos Equis or whatever the heck, Pacificos. And that's what we were doing. We were just sitting down there. And then the one night that I went and sang karaoke in a gay bar wearing a kitten shirt was the one night we did that. Then there was one night that we were walking around, and they had this was actually kind of funny. We were laughing about this. They had a restaurant with a donkey out in front and a guy with a sombrero, and they would let you hop on the donkey and take a picture, but they wouldn't let Josh get on the donkey. It was like, no, you stand by the donkey. Okay, well,
yeah, they probably wouldn't have let me on it either.
I was surprised. I didn't get on the donkey because, as you know, Drew and I, we don't wear the ribbon. But so the Dominican is the place you want to go. I don't mind the Dominican. Sue will not go. She never comes with me on these trips at all. She used to, but what she doesn't like is she went on a couple of them to Mexico and got one in Dominican and one to Mexico and got sick both times, but not like sick to her stomach, puking sick. She just got colds and stuff like that, or came back and felt like crap. And she goes, nope, I'm never going again. I'm not going again. So that's why I was always flying solo on those trips. But I didn't mind the Dominican. I kind of, Playa del Carmen was the place that was kind of the place that I liked. I liked Playa, because
last time we were down there, my wife and I went to a casino, and we made about $1,500.
Well, there you go. Almost paid for your trip. Almost paid for your trip. Well, so what else is cooking, man? What else are you doing? What are your prognostications for the football championship games?
Well, I'm thinking Denver's going to have a hell of a time winning without their quarterback. I can't even remember the guy's name that's going to be starting that game, and I've never even heard the guy, but a buddy of mine was talking about all the money that he's been getting in guaranteed contracts for backup work. Like, I don't know, he signed like a 2-year, $7 million, or 2-year, $12 million with 7 million guaranteed. Guy hasn't set foot on the field. It's kind of reminds me of Scott Mitchell back in the day with the Lions, holding a clipboard on the side and collecting some bucks.
Or Philip Rivers, right? With
Right.
Indianapolis, his freaking grandfather was sitting at home. Did you go down to the romantic zone from James in Puerto Vallarta? It's a huge gay area, but it's a blast. I didn't know it's called the romantic zone. And
I never heard that
we're
either.
probably there because that's where I was singing karaoke with a kitten shirt, James. Which actually the genesis of the kitten shirt was, hey, who's that guy?
That's one of my Goldens. That's Hooch. He was named by my grandson after he watched Turner and Hooch.
Oh, there we go. It looks like Kenneth is done. Kenneth is done there, so we're going to remove him from the. We're going to move
From the frame.
From the frame, we're going to take him out. Yeah, he's not even exhausted. I'm going to have a talk with that boy because I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping for a lot more activity on the Kenneth Kill It Cam, but you know the next thing we'll do coming up here in the next couple of weeks is we're going to do KB and Kenneth's dog treat review, where I will give him a dog treat and I will try the same dog treat and we will both rank them.
This is my other one.
What's his name? Her.
This is Oakley. That's Oakley. They're both boys.
Okay, they're both boys. Yeah,
Yeah.
my son's got a golden, and if you want to talk about, Kenneth is needy as hell too, and I can show you, like, okay, where I sit in my office. If you want, I'm going to put this up here. Where I sit in my office, you can see this. Okay. He's laying there, and here's my desk with all my stuff on it. But as you can see here, I have a guitar and I've got this barricade right here. And if I go under here, you can see my desk is open, but I've got this all barricaded. And the reason is, and now he's looking at me like, what are you doing talking about? And the reason is he will come up and he doesn't care what you're doing. It's just walk up and here comes the nose. It's like, pay attention to me. And if I don't barricade him out, I will get nothing done during the day. I will get absolutely nothing done. He's always sticking his nose in somewhere. But my son has a golden too, who is very needy and likes to play Frisbee. And we had taken care of the dog for a couple of days while they were away. And it was like enough already. The dog would just go and we'd try and hide the Frisbee and the dog would figure out where we hid it and then just go stand by it and whimper until we went and got it and then went out and threw it for him. But that's the retriever part of golden retriever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would think. So anything else you want to share with our audience here? Our audience of 85. My audience has been dropping off. So
well, your audience is ebb and flow. I feel like, because some people get on, like yesterday I didn't get on till late with when you were with Red Hot, but I did talk to Red Hot after the show. I wasn't sure where in Florida he was, and I had a recommendation for a place for them to go try some clam chowder if they were close enough to it. So
but you'd have to have clam chowder. Wouldn't it be better if it's on the Atlantic side?
Well, this is a 3-time national champion. They won the clam chowder national champion 3 straight years, and then they said they wouldn't let them play anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a big chowder fan. I'm a big clam chowder fan. Best. I mean, it's really no surprise that the best clam chowder that I ever had was in Boston. Had some incredible. We were walking around the Back Bay, had incredible clam chowder. But I'm a big clam chowder fan, and it's this stuff was like white and creamy, but not Manhattan clam chowder. I don't know what those New Yorkers are thinking, but you don't put the tomato, base in clam chowder. It's like, no, man, it's got to be white or it's nothing at all. I mean, that's
this one had a little bit of a kick to it, which was different than most clam chowders. Nothing real heavy, but it had just a little hint of some spice in it that made it a little bit more, you know, it would be hot for some people, but it wasn't hot at all. It just had a little bit of spice. It was really good.
So what's the name of this place in case anyone goes down there?
I don't remember the name of the place. It was in Cedar Key, which is a little resort town that's on an island about 2.5 or 3 hours north of Tampa, right on the coast on the Gulf side.
Oh, so getting up more toward the Panhandle.
Yeah, it's not quite to the Panhandle, but I did some work down there, and we were staying right in Cedar Key. And you go to this place, and it was so nondescript on the outside, but you walk in and you see this huge banner that says 3-time national clam chowder champion. And they it was like, oh yeah, they wouldn't let us play anymore. They put us in the Hall of Fame, blah blah blah. And it was just great. I mean, we went back there a couple of times. The food was good too. And I said that to Red Hot, and he's like, oh yeah, those are the best places, because you don't even really know what kind of a restaurant it is, because it doesn't really say a whole lot on the outside. But it was awesome.
Those are like
And-
the diners, drive-in, and dives type places that you find.
for sure.
And I remember driving down when my son was in high school, we'd go to Destin. So we'd drive down and then go through Birmingham and go through the other side of the Panhandle. And that's when you ended up with, you're going through all those little towns in Florida that are like the backwoods towns, right? And that's when you would find these restaurants that just look like they were 4 walls put up, these square things with 4 walls put up. They look like if you breathed on them, you would blow them over. But man, you could get some good food in those places. So, well, Brent, thank you very much for joining me today. And I appreciate that. And take a look across the bottom. If anyone else wants to co-host the show for half hour or so, just go to drewandkb.com, fill out the form. And then maybe we'll have you on one of these days. Tomorrow, we're going to have a great show. We got Matt Miller coming on. But Brent from Franklin today with Chowder Talk. That's it. Maybe we bring that back during Lent. Chowder Talk.
Right. For sure.
So,
all right.
hey,
well, thanks a lot, KB. I appreciate it. And it's been great. I love the show too. So
this is the dumbest thing in the world, but I got nothing better to do.
well, that's what you guys thrived on the radio. You always said, it was always sports and stuff, mostly stuff.
Yeah, and that's what we did. And so if it was left up to Drew, he would do a lot of sports, but I was the one who couldn't do it, and I would just always make the left-hand turns, and that's how we ended up doing the stuff. But anyway, Brent, thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, stay warm, dude.
You too.
All right, talk to you. That was Brent from Franklin here on KB's Unemployed show and Chowder Talk. That might just be a new feature. Let's go. We'll just check in here, and we'll see how Kenneth is doing. Kenneth is doing fine. Stuffy's dead. There we go. It's completely dead. I'm going to have to take this off before don't lick your balls. Okay. I mean, that is not, we don't know who's watching right now. But anyway, Brent from Franklin, again, if you want to co-host the show, then you can certainly do that. All you have to do is go to drewandkb.com. Okay, look at that. You know what it is? It is 3:54 p.m. and he eats at 4. So let me go get the door quick and let him out, because the way that this dog is, if it is 4 o'clock, it is time to eat. If it is 4:01, you are an hour late. If it is 4:02, you are 7 hours late. So I'm just going to walk over here and let the meatball out. Let's go, meatball. Mom will be downstairs. So there you go. Off you go. So Kenneth is off to get dinner. Well, now he just turned around and came back in. No, I'm not. Mama's going to go get you dinner. Okay, hold on. See, and this is what I mean. This is why I have to have the barricade. There he is. Okay. So, and that will be the Kenneth cam will be done for the day, and he's going to go get some dinner. We'll see you later, bud. But look at it. See, now here we go. Oh, okay, we'll do that again. See, he's just trying. That's the look. I'm getting the side eye. I'm getting the Kenneth side eye. It's like, you better feed me. Mom's downstairs. Go by Mom. So anyway, yeah, just fill out the form. And we're going to remove Kenneth. And you can co-host a show with me too. And if you got any ideas for upcoming shows, yeah, by all means, please do that. So that brings us now to our feature that everybody loves, which is what color is the sky on your planet? And today, in What Color is the Sky on Your Planet, what we do is we go to the New York Post. And this one caught my eye because I am unemployed. And this is in the UK. And the guy's name is Kyle Newby. And he's 39 years old. And he has got a side hustle where he is making $32,000 a year as a side hustle. And what is he doing? He's making 32 grand a year by going around neighborhoods and getting hired to pick up dog poop. He said, we were stunned when I started doing it because the customers started rolling in. He started his business called Pet Poop Pick after looking at Instagram and seeing how popular dog states. Now, I had no idea that this was popular in the U.S., dog poop picking, and I'm not so sure I want to mess up my algorithm because it's screwed up enough as it is anyway. So I'm not going to be doing a search for hashtag dog poop picking. But anyway, he said he thought it was really big in America, so we'd give it a whirl and bring it over here to England. We only saw a few people doing it in the UK, so we went on Facebook and posted an ad and left it for a while. And he said, sure enough, it sparked a lot of interest. And he is a professional pooper scooper now. He's got 35 regular customers. He does 15 on a Wednesday and 20 on a Saturday. He charges $40 for the initial visit and $20 per week afterwards. So he earns around $26.80 per week just walking around. That equates to about $60 an hour just walking around with the pooper scooper picking up dog poop. He says he can earn more picking up dog poop than he can at a 10-hour shift of construction. And he goes, when you think about it, you're roughly picking up 14 pieces of dog poop per house. He goes, we got a scooper in a bag. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes per yard. He scours and disinfects the area. And he goes, I'm probably driving around for 3 hours a day and 3 hours picking. So his radius is 50 miles. So he can make $30,000 picking up dog poo. And all I have to say about that is, what color is the sky on your planet? Because there is no way, and I am not going to let Sue see this article because, she gets mad at me now because I don't pick up Kenneth's poo too often. So she's not going to know about this. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put, I got these scrolling banners down at the bottom, right? And when we went to Kenneth Kill It Cam, when we went to the Kill It Cam, I forgot to put this warning down. And here it says, warning, this segment may be disturbing to furries, bronies, and that guy who is dating the guy who shot Charlie Clerk. Viewer discretion is advised. So, so those furry people, man, they would probably, if I would have tuned in and if someone tuned in and saw him ripping apart that plushie, I would have been in trouble for that. And so anyway, yeah, it's going to get down to 40 below for wind chills. And so there a lot of things are going to be closed. First thing that'll go, you'll see, when the scroll goes up on the screen, all activities at St. James Senior Center canceled for the night, and the Bible study at this place, and community band rehearsal. All those things will be way too cold and it'll be canceled. So, and I'm sure some businesses may not be open and some schools may not be open. So that what that brings me to is KB's top 5 all-time worldwide. And this is the way that I finish up every show. KB's top 5 all-time worldwide. And today, my top 5 all-time worldwide is day drinking cocktails. That's right. What are my day drinking cocktails? And what do I recommend for day drinking? Now, as I said, I haven't done any day drinking in a long time. Probably since college. But I ranked the cocktails in terms of day drinking. And usually it's 5. I'm going to give you 6 today. And we're going to start with the 6th one. Coming in at honorable mention is the Bloody Mary. The Bloody Mary is honorable mention. Why is it only honorable mention? Because that's what you start off with. You start off with the Bloody Mary, right? 1, maybe 2, just to jumpstart your clip, right? You can't do more than 2 Bloody Marys. If you're drinking Bloody Marys all day long, you are a sociopath. Okay, nobody needs that much tomato juice or olives. And first of all, I can't stand the olive. I will eat the sausage stick. I will eat the cheese. I will oftentimes eat the pickle, but just leave the olives. The olive has there's no reason for an olive. But coming in with honorable mention, you can kickstart it right there, is the Bloody Mary. Coming in terms of day drinking drinks at number 5 is the margarita. Yes, the margarita. Now, here's the thing about the margarita. You don't necessarily, you don't go out day drinking. You end with when you have margaritas. You don't go out to day drink and start with a margarita. The way the margarita works is you go out for lunch at a Mexican restaurant and you end up day drinking. Okay, so it's not like it's totally reversed. You probably had no intention of day drinking, but a couple of margs, there you go. Again, I'm not a big tequila guy. And you get a lot of the lime juice for me. And, there's going to be some acid reflux happening. Although I got to tell you, you can get the little pitcher down at Conihitos that came in like the water pitcher. And it was relatively affordable, but you could crush one of those. But that is that is number 5 in the day drinking drink area. Number 4, it's the one the young kids love. It is the vodka Red Bull. Now, I would like to say that this is a very dangerous drink. This isn't good for you, but it is. It'll keep you going. But you really shouldn't be drinking vodka Red Bulls because it's not good for your heart. They get you all jacked up. But it is quite the popular day drinking drink because it is designed with the pick me up to keep you going for a long time. So that would be number 4, the vodka Red Bull. Coming in at number 3, and you will find that these are all mostly vodka based. Why are they vodka based? Because I don't drink gin at all. I did when I was in college, but I had a run in with a bottle of Tanqueray one weekend, and I haven't had gin since then. And don't drink brandy, and I really don't drink rum. I'm sure rum and cokes are probably on somebody's list, but I kept whiskey off the list because whiskey will just bury you fast. So there's no way you can't day drink whiskey. I cannot day drink mumblers. That's just completely a sprint. Right. That is not the mumbler is not for marathons. So coming in at number 3 is the screwdriver. Yes, the eye opener, the beautiful screwdriver, the vodka and the orange juice. The screwdriver is a good day drinking drink. And this doesn't mean you have to start with one and keep it going the whole day. Right. You can move around on those, but oftentimes with the screwdriver, while you're getting a good dose of vitamin C, again, if you have an issue with the pipes, okay, that could be a little bit difficult because you might get a little acid reflux. All the citric acid could be backing up on you. Too many screwdrivers, right? Could be a problem. So you might want to be careful about that. Coming in at number 2, is what I like to call the femtini, and that would be the vodka cranberry. Now, vodka cran is just a simple go-to, right? And the femtini, it's an easy drink to drink. Now, what I will do is I will have a vodka seltzer and a splash of cranberry. I do not like it this red at all. And I definitely don't get the lime put into it. But there's a friend of mine, a female friend of mine, and when we meet up at O'Donohue's, she drinks double tall vodka seltzer with a splash of cran, and that's known as the Dr. Baker. So if you ever find yourself in O'Donohue's out in Elm Grove, just order a Dr. Baker. That's what you're going to get. Or order a Mumbler, and you're going to get the Bourbon Manhattan. And the great thing is when Brendo put in their new POS system, when he programmed all the drinks in, he put in a special key for Dr. Baker and a special key for Mumbler. So if I order a Mumbler, it comes out on my ticket, my itemized ticket, as Mumbler or Dr. Baker, which I think is, which I'm kind of a big fan of. And coming in, number one, your number one day drinking cocktail. It's not a cocktail at all. Beer. I mean, come on. You just go out and you start having some beers, man. That's how it can get started. You just have a few beers. Beer, you can't go wrong. You can't jumpstart it. You might want to jumpstart with something and then go to beer. Of course, as we all know, that one of my favorite lines in Wisconsin is, "I'm getting too drunk, I'm switching to beer." So beer, you can nurse a beer, right? You don't have to chug a beer. You can drink them quick. You can drink them slow. You can drink them on ice. But either way, I'm saying that you can day drink all day long. And that's not to say you get like a puddle, right? It's just you get this consistent, smooth little buzz going where you enjoy the entire day. And please, but in moderation, man. We don't want any puking. There's nothing worse than a day drinking puker, right? You gotta know what your limit is, because if you're yakking it up, man, it's gonna kill your whole day. And a puke and rally is not the way to go. All right. I mean, while people have, Jeff, I love this. Here we go. We're gonna put this one up. Go for one, stay till one. I had another friend of mine, Patrick McGovern, whose line was, "One is too many and 100's not enough," when he would go out. But go for one, stay to one. I've done that. I've done the long run like that. But beer, beer is good. Just get it. And, you can ramp it up. You can go up and down. You can mix up your beers if you want. You do maybe a full, you could go to a craft beer, which might be a little higher ABV. And then if you want to back off, you can go to a Michelob Ultra. If you want to do that and relax. But I think beer is the universal day drinking drink. So it is going to be cold. We are going to be back tomorrow. I believe that they are announcing the Oscar nominees at the crack of dawn tomorrow. So I have scheduled on the show Matt Miller, a man about film. Used to hear him on the Zabe show, and you used to hear him every once in a while on Drew and KB. But with the Oscar nominations coming out, we're going to talk about the Oscars and every film that I have not seen, because I'm pretty sure that anything that gets nominated is going to be incredibly pretentious. And I will have no idea. I haven't gone to a theater in ages. So he can tell me what I haven't seen and what I should see and what I probably won't see. But until we meet again, hey, spread the word around. I think I've got a little over 200 subscribers now. If I can get to 500 subscribers, this might be my side hustle, and I might be able to make some cash. So, and you know what? It doesn't matter if anyone watches right now. Just tell them to subscribe. So it's youtube.com/SWDrink. Just hit the subscribe button. The more that I get, the more that I can, the better chance that I have that they'll start paying me money. So I would appreciate if you do that. If not, just enjoy yourself, right? And as I always say, make good choices. We'll talk to you tomorrow.